Welcome, sinners, to the Cinamen podcast. I'm Chris.
I am Nick.
And I'm Tyler.
And this week, we are in the Christmas spirit. We kind of got like a Christmas smorgasbord of movies, and we are excited to talk to you about them. So here's our intro music.
You better not jump, you better
Oh my
not
God.
cry. Better not pout, I'm telling you why.
That was about
That's about all I can stand to that.
the silliest version of that I maybe
I guess
ever
I
heard.
didn't check it before I hit play, but
I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be normal.
I wasn't sure if it was like a church choir or a bunch of little elves.
It did. It was like angelic.
it's like
It
the
was-
top result on YouTube.
So it's like something you'd see in like a cartoon movie.
right.
Even the picture showing on the lyrics here looked like a Christmas card.
Right.
That's I don't know, it's a little too much for me.
Yeah.
But,
Anyway, I'm not a big fan of Christmas music to begin with. I think it's the Dropkick Murphys do a song.
Do they?
That's pretty good.
That'd be cool. I'd listen to that.
So stuff like that is okay, but just normal Christmas music does not do it for me. And actually, normal Christmas movies really don't do it for me. I mean, there's certain ones that I like. We're doing an episode in the future where we get to dive into Harold and Kumar Christmas, which I really like. And we've already talked about Bad Santa a little bit, which I really like. Elf's another one, but most Christmas movies are just not interesting to me. And I really hate when TV shows do Christmas episodes most of the time.
Every TV show does.
They do. Yeah, that's true.
Christmas
The
episode.
only thing worse than a Christmas episode, Thanksgiving episode.
That has to be so weird filming a Christmas episode or even a Christmas movie out of season.
Right.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
act festive. Okay.
Which I think pretty much all Christmas movies are done that way.
Yeah, and it's weird because a lot of them, they obviously go to theaters around that time, but then a lot of them even wait to come to DVD until next Christmas.
trying to
Really?
like keep their sales
I've seen
up.
some, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they
That's kind of smart, though.
not keep it holiday, but like that's where your money's coming from, so they just lay it on. Like Fred Claus, I'm pretty sure. Like,
Oh yeah.
took like a whole damn
that's
year
a good
to
one too. I should have chose that one.
come
this
to
week.
DVD.
Man, Fred Claus. You seen it, Tyler?
I saw the beginning in theaters. The girl I was with at the time wanted to leave early. She was sick or something. I don't remember being too invested in the movie anyway.
Man,
I'd
Vince
have to
Vaughn.
revisit it. I would have to
Okay.
revisit it.
Well, the thing with Christmas music is there's like 30 traditional songs, and a lot of singers, instead of making up new ones, they're just like, I'm just gonna sing my own little version of this, and I'm like, dude,
Well, you think
it's
it'd be
not
good?
any different.
You think it'd be good business to like make new Christmas songs? Because not only is it good when you release it, but like every subsequent Christmas afterwards, you're gonna get sales and like downloads and.
I feel
listens and
like
stuff.
artists that put a Christmas album out, I feel like you're at a low point.
If-
Like you've
if-
got nothing else going on. You decide to make a Christmas album, which, like we said, would be out of season. Like that's.
I disagree. I think it could be really good if you did it the right way.
I feel like it used to be like.
I
maybe
feel like
good for 'em.
Christmas albums is where artists go to die. I feel like if your
Yeah.
studio's like, you should work on that Christmas album, they either don't want to deal with you or you got nothing going, and this is like you're at the end of your rope, and like, maybe this will give you some life.
The artist is like, but it said at the end of my contract when I do a Christmas album. They're like, oh, it said that? That's so weird. Guess you should hurry up and get it done.
Well, maybe the end comes sooner for different people.
There was an American Idol winner years ago who had a CD. I don't know if he won or not. He's in first or second place. Had a CD, and his second CD was a Christmas album.
Pretty sure it was one of those David guys.
Oh, Archuleta or Archipelago
I don't
or
know. There were like 5 of them, and
David Archibald or something. Yeah, whatever that was.
David Arquette.
Literally his second CD was a Christmas album. And I was
wish.
like, what? It's like you haven't even got to a point where you can fail.
you haven't gotten
and now you're
popular
just failing.
to fail and make a Christmas album.
Yeah.
You just went straight for it. Although I thought Bieber has like a Christmas album and stuff.
Oh my God, does he?
See, like a lot of big bands do. Like there's like a 98 degrees Christmas.
So is there like
Mariah
just a
Carey.
big gap in the middle? So it's like either you're failing or you're really thriving.
Who's
You're
on-
so big they need the music from you, or you're so bad that like it's like your last ditch effort to like gain some kind of popularity in some circle of the music scene.
Yeah, I guess. But to me, like I said, I just feel like you're just.
A launch pad for some and a landing pad for others, so to speak.
Like an airport.
I don't even know if I'd call it lane. It's like a net that is barely holding on.
Christmas music.
it's like-
music's airport.
Yeah, it's like the net that like
Music.
is supposed to catch you when you fall.
Yeah.
But there's
But-
like a couple of them because you're going to fall hard.
But like your trust falling on this net, you're not really
Your
sure
trust
it'll work,
falling,
and then
yeah.
it just collapses. And you're riding the bike at Union Station, and then the thing just falls. You're the one guy in the history of that thing that's just fallen off.
Right. That's at Science City, which is at Union Station. You're right, but
But
people who aren't from here don't.
oh, okay,
know
that's
those
sorry, I
things.
did say that. Sinners, that is Union Station, Kansas City.
Midwest, yo.
What up? But diving out of the Christmas music, off we're launching off.
From Christmas
right?
music.
It's the Christmas
and
music. Landing in
Christmas movies.
Christmas movies. And I will dive right into this one, talking about Tim Allen's 1996?
Something.
Like,
7?
I don't know, 94,
94, 5, 6, or 7, something like that. Early, mid-90s.
90 something.
The
Early
Santa
in my
Claus. The best of the trilogy by far.
Oh man, by a mile.
2 was hard to get through, and I didn't even see number 3 because I was so disappointed with number 2. But the Santa Claus, what does it say, 94?
94.
94. Yeah,
I was 2.
it was in my top 4 choices. But such a good movie. To me, this one feel like,
I didn't go into this expecting to like it.
yeah, it'd been probably since like 99 since I'd seen this thing.
I figured
And
there was going to be some like a nostalgia factor, and I was going to enjoy it a little bit. But I really had a good time watching it.
So did I.
It is such an easy idea. Like, dude accidentally, Santa gets hurt, whatever, and a dude takes over.
We're gonna
Like,
do
that's so easy.
spoilers. The 2 movies we're covering shouldn't really even need the
The 2 main movies we're covering.
right.
Spoiler alert. Our second one is Scrooged, by the way, Bill Murray,
Yeah,
in 1980 something by Richard Donner. So
Right.
coming up soon.
But
yeah.
very very simple concept.
Very intriguing concept.
Like kind of brutal at the beginning. Santa Claus dies.
I guess he dies.
He just
And
like
he just sort of like devaporates.
makes you
or
wonder
something.
because he's just like standing by the chimney, I don't know, digging in his sack or something. And then the guy, he's like, "Hey," slips, falls, dies. But it's like,
Why
shouldn't-
was Tim Allen the only person ever to have heard Santa?
I was
Like,
about to
how
bring
did
that up.
Santa get so lazy that he was heard by like this grumpy
well, technically
like
Charlie heard him.
I feel like
whatever?
there are
Either way,
I feel like there are a lot of plot holes in like movies that are aimed more towards children because they
Kids don't
aren't
think
gonna
about
notice
that
it.
stuff. Yeah,
but
they're
like
not.
when you're as an adult watching these things because I watched part of the Goosebumps movie today, and I
the
can't
new
remember.
one, like the actual.
it's all right.
I remember watching part of it and like that's not how that works. But like a kid would never know that.
Yeah.
But like, the kid called the cops on the neighbor because he heard a scream, and the cops were like, "You're gonna be in big trouble for filing a false police report." That kid never filed a police report. He heard a citizen in danger
Yeah.
and called the authorities.
Yeah,
There was nothing wrong with that. He did nothing wrong, and they were like giving him the 3rd degree. Like that's not what you want to teach kids. Call the cops when there's something wrong, you know. But back to the movie.
No,
No,
Also,
it's
it's another-
those small things though that like
Well, also
make it transparent.
I mean, also, it's like, how do like half the world not believe in something that, like, where do they think these presents are coming from?
That's like one of the major plot holes I've always had a problem with.
like any Christmas movie.
That's like
not
the-
just
yeah,
this one.
it's very common.
Santa's
If
not
I'm a
real.
parent,
Oh my God, there's
I am a
presents.
parent, and I put some trees out early that morning before my kids wake up. Right, and I'm Santa
Presents.
Clausing it. That's what I said.
You said trees.
trees. You did say trees.
Oh, that's weird.
Sound like a drug dealer when you say it like that.
I'm
out
putting
some
presents
trees.
out under the tree for my little ones. He wakes
Leave
up,
some
and all of
trees
a
out
sudden
for
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more that I have no idea how they got there, and they're like, "Oh my God, must have been Santa." I'm gonna be like,
I mean, even if they
Yeah.
were to like add some dialogue in, like it's magic, and the parents think that they bought the presents or something, or
Right.
you just have all the parents know that Santa Claus exists, or
Santa does some little magic trick and just make maybe the parents don't
right,
think about anything.
Right.
You know, like that's
like even Elf has the same problem because like Santa's sleigh won't fly towards like the end of the movie. Spoilers on that one, which, oops,
if you haven't seen Elf,
yeah,
see it.
right, and like everyone needs to believe in Santa Claus again for the Christmas spirit. He's leaving presents in all these people's houses. What's not to believe? Like, who do you think is doing that?
Yeah, I agree.
And that's very frustrating to me.
I agree.
I watching this, I forgot when we were talking about Fred Claus, looking at Paul Giamatti as Santa Claus. Before I saw Fred Claus, Tim Allen to me was like that was Santa Claus. You know, not saying the real Santa Claus obviously, but like movie Santa Claus, I was like, man, he kind of takes the cake on that. He's hard to top.
Right.
And I'm not talking about Santa Claus 2 and 3 because, like I said, they are awful pieces of shit. I'm
Well-
sorry, Tim Allen. Well, I don't know what you were doing there. Paycheck,
Coke.
I guess.
Cocaine.
Probably.
Lots of cocaine.
He
I
should-
heard he's a cokehead.
He was getting
Sorry
paid.
if you're not. I'm not
He
trying to
did time
slander
for
you.
it.
Okay.
We're not slamming cokeheads. We're slamming Tim Allen for doing that movie
Yeah.
because
You worried about slamming cokeheads? I was worried about slamming Tim Allen. Like,
I don't fucking know.
I mean, I don't like the guy, but Chris is like, well, the cokeheads were not
Baby
fitting.
Galaxy Quest. I remember liking it as a kid. I haven't seen it in a long time.
that's still pretty good.
He's-
but there's only a few
He's
Tim
Buzz
Allen.
Lightyear, guys.
He is Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, he'll always have Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
That's I mean,
Okay. Fair,
I
that's
mean,
fair enough.
I mean, right.
That gets him.
I don't want to be like devil's advocate, but he is Buzz.
Yeah. Okay.
He
To
is
infinity.
Buzz Lightyear,
I
yeah.
gotcha. I feel it. Did anyone else think that? What's his son's name?
Charlie?
Charlie.
Charlie's mom was just a little too hard on that guy for growing out a beard and getting fat. Like that's not against
Her
the
and
law.
her idiot psychiatrist.
That is
Actually-
not against the law to grow a beard and get fat.
I thought I did think she was. How did you say it was hard on him for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, overreacting. It was honestly Neil, Judge Reinhold, the dipshit psychiatrist or whatever, who I was like, dude, are they married? Was Neil and the mom married?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess
Well,
that's.
they're together. I'm pretty sure.
But
They're
he
it's
like
pretty
kept
foggy.
he like kept having like a say in this. And if I were Tim Allen, I'd be like, you're the not even the stepdad yet, or maybe the stepdad. I'm not sure. Either you're not the biological parent. Stay the hell out of it. Like you don't get a say in what I do with my life. If she wants to yell at me, well, she's the ex. I don't think she should.
I don't know.
Either. But I'd be like, you don't get a say in this, man. What like this is me and the mom's issue, not yours. That was my thing.
That's true. As growing up with step parents, I guess it's not really necessarily that simple. But like I said, the dude's just fat with a beard.
Yeah, and
There's
he
just
was like, I gained 45 pounds in a week.
right.
And he's thinking something's wrong. And like the mom, instead of being like,
Are you okay?
are you okay? We should look at help, whatever.
Right.
Instead, she just like gets on his ass. Like,
You can't see your son
Yeah,
anymore. 'cause you're
everybody's
fat.
mad at him
Yeah.
for doing these things, but nobody offers like a way out or to really even help.
Right, and he kind of put his own self in the situation because all he literally would have to do is like bring the woman, the ex-wife, into the bathroom and shave.
see, that's what I was
And that's
like.
another thing. Like he
and
tells
then it would
he's-
just immediately grow back and he could be like, now what do you want me to do
Yeah.
to be able to see my kid?
Hold on. Yell at me some more.
Let me
And
shave
tell
again.
me what I'm supposed to do.
Let me shave again while you're yelling.
Let me
at
do it one more time because by the time you're done, it'll be bad. Like he
probably-
tells his doctor that, and his doctor's like,
Go
"Well, are you eating right and all this kind of stuff?" And I'm like, "What?
shave.
What
right
kind of
now.
doctor are
Shave
you?"
right now.
Yeah. If I were the doctor, I'd be like, show me. Okay.
We need to get Hugh Laurie in here,
Yeah.
and we need to figure out
And Nurse Jackie
if
and
this
all
is
those
sarcoidosis
ERs.
or autoimmune disease. We
And
need
the
to figure
fact
this
that he's
out.
like gained 45 pounds in a week, does this look like a little weight to you? Like if a doctor said you gained 45 pounds in a week,
At
7
all.
days a week, that is 7 pounds a day, and then some, right? 49, 7 times, yeah. Like, I mean, come on.
Well, I love the
And
scene.
that's
Where
ridiculous.
he goes back into work and they order lunch and he gets a salad. And then he orders everything else. And like if you look, he doesn't touch the salad. Like I don't know if you
Yeah,
looked at the
that's
food.
Yeah, you're right. He's finishing the ice cream or
Yeah,
something when the
the
guy was
salad's-
like, "Are you done?" And he like takes like one more nonchalant bite, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm done."
A lot of fat shaming in this movie for some weird
There's
reason.
a lot of fat shaming in this movie. Well, another thing to me was they wait. What? He's already gaining some weight. Maybe has some scruffle. When he finally tells Charlie like, "Hey, we need to keep this between us," dude. The second you started getting shit, you should have been like, "Charlie, hey, let's keep this on the down low for right now. Like, this is not working out for either of us. So let's stop this." And it took you what? Months? A few months to like finally tell him that? Just
Right.
that's something you should have said out the gate.
Right.
Okay, here's another question. So it's literally one Christmas he knocks out Santa, and then by the next Christmas he's Santa.
Yeah, the movie takes place.
So does he
here.
gain 45 pounds in 1 week, like right after one Christmas, and has to go the whole year fat, or does he gain this
Well,
45
I think he's
pounds?
fat forever.
Like he just gains it
I
all
think-
in 1 week, and
I
then
think
he's
he
he's
makes
just
the
that fat.
transformation and then he's just Santa Claus forever.
I think.
I thought he slims down for Santa Claus too.
No, remember he is losing his magic and stuff. He's not. He's
Oh,
losing.
that's
his
right, because
Santa
he
Clausiness.
Right. Okay, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, and he loses his beard and his weight, which I'd be kind of like, damn, I forgot.
I
how
couldn't
good
remember if
looked,
he
you
just
know?
like waited till December, like 6th the next year, and then was like, I gained 45 pounds in 1 week, or
Or
if it
back
was
by Thanksgiving.
Well, he's having all this trouble, and it's like, why isn't Bernard helping? Like, why isn't Bernard showing up to like?
Yeah, like
Because like I could understand if it's like,
Ooh, I
oh,
didn't
we
think
can't
about
let
that.
people see me because I'm an elf, and then like at the very end, he like just shows up in the house and like, surprise, he's been telling the truth the whole time.
like-
Bernard, what are you doing?
It's
You're
like,
so
hey, man,
busy.
I could have used you the last 10 and a half months, you dick.
What are you
Like,
so busy?
everyone
in
at the
1 year,
North
you can't
Pole
make a
was
10-minute
utterly useless to Santa Claus. One girl brought him Coco. You keep her around. Rest, nobody's like helping him. What do I do? I'm clearly lost. I can't figure this out. My home life's a wreck. My kid is like at me. My family's at me, and all
Like-
this stuff. And everyone's just like, but you mean you gained the weight in the beard though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, and it's causing all this ruckus. Help me, like
Literally, his ex-wife and Neil were like, we don't think it's a good idea for Charlie to see you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, maybe that's what I've been like, I don't know, call the 911 North Pole hotline and be like, Bernard, get your ass.
Like there has got to be like a magical way out.
Another snow globe. We can just get
Yeah.
Bernard here.
Yeah.
Shake something.
Yeah, and that's I don't know because like the thing obviously like I don't know disappears in the snow globe. Like, hey Neil, huh? Psychiatrist, show me. Explain that. Huh? Magic.
And like,
Yeah.
it's not like it would take Bernard very long to like show up and be like, "Poof, I'm here. Hey, Santa's real. Fuck off. Let him see his kid, and I'm out of here."
Boom, boom. Here's a trick. Here's
Got
some
a tight
magic. There you
schedule, a
go.
lot of stuff to do, a lot of naughty kids.
Yeah, it seems like a badly run company.
We've talked a lot about the negatives.
And
Let's-
I hate to shit on this movie so hard
Oh,
because
and
it
I do
is
too.
a fantastic movie.
We knocked all that out, though. What are the positives?
Positive about this movie, in regards to the second and third being total crap. This one didn't have a lot of like the cheesiness. Like I think he said something to the reindeer, and the reindeer like farted one time or something. And
There was a fart joke like
No,
really
it definitely
early on.
it gets cheesier as it goes on. You're
Yeah,
definitely right.
This movie didn't have a lot of that, and that's where I was because like I said, I hadn't seen this in like it had to be like 10 years.
At
Yeah,
least.
it's been
yeah.
And so I was kind of like, man, well, was the first one as cheesy as the second and third? And it wasn't. And so watching that, I was like, oh, thank God, because I don't know that how I could have sit through some of that.
One strength I think was the set design of the North Pole.
Oh yeah,
I think it was really
that whole
really well
workshop,
done. Yes,
everything was totally awesome.
The whole Christmas aesthetic was just well done. And it's not like super hard to do. Like you get snow, you get lights, like half the battle's there. But the North Pole setup was good. I liked the small things that they had. Like, I mean, the team of like super trooper elves was kind of weird, you know?
They're like
that
we're
fly-
paratrooper elves.
Yeah, whatever
What's
he
up,
said.
you know?
But like how
It was
the how
neat.
the
It was
tinsel
fun, though.
like lasers those like hinges
Yeah.
off, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay. Like there was just a lot of cool, I guess, Christmas aesthetics and how they use like it's tinsel.
right.
Obviously, tinsel won't laser through your door hinges,
Special
but
tinsel.
but they keep it in the like Christmas realm.
Right.
You know, they could have had a freaking like actual laser cutter, and they were like, no, let's just use a piece of tinsel.
Yeah, the whole North Pole dynamic was like they land on like like an ice cap
Uh-huh.
or something, and then he's like, whatever, and then out comes little elf, puts like a little garage coat in this like magical pole,
Yeah.
barbershop candy cane pole.
Well, that was the
looking thing.
North Pole.
Yeah, the North Pole, and then it like sinks down, and then it's got all this stuff, and yeah, that whole set design was pretty awesome. And plus, Tim Allen was he was Home Improvement during all this, right? I mean, he was at the top
or
of his
or
game.
during, yeah.
So I mean, like, there couldn't have been anyone else. This time. Maybe like Jim Carrey could have done this or something.
This also makes him, isn't he? This was a Disney movie, right? Or is it? Or maybe he was hired through Toy
no
Story.
idea.
Either way, Tim Allen went on to become, wasn't he Disney's first convict that they hired, or like
Ooh.
felon or whatever?
Maybe you might be right on that one.
Yeah, it's a Disney Pictures. Walt Disney Pictures.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the movie that. Oh, hey, well. Oh, it looks like the role of Scott Calvin was actually going to Chevy Chase.
Oh, that's a.
That'd
I
have been-
don't really like Chevy. You know what? They're both. I heard assholes in real life.
I've heard that too.
I could see Chevy Chase in this role. I'm glad he wasn't.
I
Like-
could see it too.
Like you've got your own Christmas movie with National Lampoon's
Yeah,
Christmas,
get
and
outta
that's a
here,
classic by
shit.
itself.
But this is.
Like
Tim Allen's.
yeah, like
territory.
this is Tim Allen's probably like pride and joy here. Like
Right.
if there's one movie he looks back on and he's like, damn, I don't regret doing that. It's this one. Besides the Toy Stories, obviously. But,
yeah.
one line, because Tim Allen's one of those has to like put in a like throw a funny one liner at you kind of here and there. He was talking to Judy the first time, and she's like, "This hot cocoa took me 1,200 years to make," and he's like, says something. He's like, not to be weird or something, but you look good for your age, And she's like, thanks, but I'm seeing someone in rapping. Like I was like,
That's pretty good. Yeah.
okay.
Like the
That's-
elves have like their own like squads because they hang out with Santa. They seem to like bro down, right? Like they play
do.
football later on in one of them or something. Or
I think in like the second one, they're playing like he's playing like rugby with like some big elves or something like that.
yeah,
There's the scene at the end of this one when they're gearing up for his first Christmas, like his real Christmas, like the following year, and like they're walking out there just after he's got his thing, and there's like the ZZ Top playing.
yeah.
And they like stop and do this like little like,
I wonder how much
like,
of their job
jig.
is like rehearsing.
Right, yeah.
and I was like,
Remember,
that's
guys,
so
we got to
funny.
nail the walkout entrance. Let's not mess it up.
Yeah.
Like I've never walked out of like a closet and all pimped and ready to go and just been like, man, I'm gonna just break it down real quick. Like, yeah. I was like, that's
It's kind of a Ninja Turtles 3 thing, is what you're saying.
yeah.
right?
They
Just
got
a
like
ZZ
the arms
Top rock
going,
going.
like rocking out. That was just funny and cool to see to me. And I like at the end the police are, doing their little shindig in their office, kind of like what their plan is. And so they're basically just like, all right, we're gonna take down every single guy in a Santa suit until we find him.
Yeah.
Like, and where we're gonna find him in a house, of all places. Like if I were Tim Allen, I'd be like, what? No, wait. let me show you how I'm not playing around. Standing on the fireplace, you go up, dude. I mean,
isn't one of them? It's like a heater, and it just like
Turns
opens into a fireplace. I thought that was kind of cool.
I like that whole house because like. At the beginning he goes in and he's real rude to that little girl, and he comes back a year later and she got the soy milk for him, and I thought that was
that's right.
That was cool. I did like that.
I think the milk's gone bad.
She's like, you said you were lactose intolerant. And he's like, I did say that. Okay,
that was sweet.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that one.
It obviously plays into the aspect of like, as he becomes more and more like okay with becoming Santa, like obviously he grows out of the grouchiness and like learns to appreciate the holidays and everybody and all this stuff. The Christmas spirit, so to speak.
Right.
Well, you see when he's at the park and he's kind of in the middle of gaining his weight, and he's kind of got like a ruggedy type of beard. Like the little girl comes, like just
at
pops
the
right on
soccer
his lap.
game.
Yeah,
It was a soccer game.
Yeah,
It
that's
wasn't a
right.
park. Pops on his lap and starts telling him, and the next thing you know, like there's like a line of them. The only thing going through my mind again as like a parent, I was like, I don't know that I would let my kid just walk over there and plop right on his
It was
lap.
a different time.
Is that what
90s
it
were
is?
different.
I think it's what every generational parent said. It's a different time.
Different time.
It really was though. The 90s were way different.
Times were different.
Like when I was, I don't even want to do it. I hate when people do that. When I was
a
age,
kid.
yeah, I hate that.
I'm not even gonna do it. That was pretty good.
I don't know. I was just
Sorry,
like,
sinners, you don't get that story.
like every parent has to be like, what are all our kids doing over there by that guy? What's he telling them? Like
even
because
in
he
that,
doesn't have a Santa Claus look yet. So
no.
it's-
He's not even wearing anything red.
Like,
it's
that's
like a gray sweat outfit.
But what do you do in that situation? You're sitting on a bench and the kid comes and sits on your lap. Like,
That's
I'd
what I was
be
gonna
hey,
say.
how about
Like
you take a seat right beside me?
at first, this clearly is like something he doesn't want to do. But then, like by the end, he's got the like line of kids, and he's like really like getting into it, And then of course, like he
so like
notices.
where do you draw
he's
the line?
noticed.
Like, is this a nice guy or is this a weird guy? Because
Yeah.
like he's obviously just.
And that's
it's been
like-
thrust
right.
upon him, and he's trying to like
okay,
That's
to
like
keep
one of
the
those.
kids-
The kids just must have like that, like
Innate
a
sense.
trickster for kids. It's like Christmas is for kids, and so kids can just identify that shit as
Right.
like,
well, you
must be
see
Santa.
You see either when he's walking through the park with Charlie later on, and like all those reindeer are following him. So it's like
Yeah, that's right.
everyone has like this weird underlying sixth sense that this guy may or may not.
Everyone
be.
but the adults because they don't believe in Santa.
Yeah, apparently every adult is just like, well, you're gaining weight rapidly fast, you asshole. Like, you jerk.
I've been trying for years, and you stole it all.
What's with your beard? Why are you dyeing it white? I'd be
Scott
like,
Calvin.
"Dude." He's like, yeah, that's right. He's like, I'm going to ask you a question, and you say the answer. He's like, what's your name? He's like, are you Santa Claus? He's like, Scott Calvin. The SC on his pajamas. This was just really good. I forgot how awesome this movie was. Like,
I did have a.
I picked
it's a
Topo
good,
Shishi.
fun
yeah.
family Christmas movie.
It really is like the. I mean, the title, like it's just the ideal.
Like if you're looking
Christmas
for a
movie.
Christmas movie to watch with your kids, this is perfect.
The Santa Claus. I mean,
And the second one had a good storyline as far as him needing a Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, I was
and
into
maybe
that.
losing the powers and stuff. That to me was like, okay.
But you didn't think it was done well? I don't
Well,
remember.
the part
Having
where
to
like
create,
when you
a
get into like
decoy
the
Santa
yeah
and
the
a
like
giant
fat
toy
loser
licking
Santa
thing, I was like, what?
the Mrs. thing, I was like, oh, totally cool.
Yeah.
I even liked how he had to like not be fat anymore to like go and get his Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Like, obviously she wants
he
it
had
in
like
shape.
his little magic meter, and he had to only use so much, or he couldn't come back, and all this. That was cool. I just didn't like the
Well,
rest.
he
of the
wasted
plot.
no time getting a Mrs. either. I mean,
He had a month.
people are trying for years. Can't even talk to people, and
Yeah.
he gets a month, and he just goes out there, does work, pulls out a Mrs. And
Well, you're Santa Claus. You kind of have that pull.
he's got that Santa swag, I
He's got
guess.
that-
Yeah,
Santa
I guess
draw.
I guess that's true.
Santa swagger.
I didn't even remember what number 3 was about. I didn't even see number 3. I don't think.
The Escape Clause, is that number 3?
The escape clause.
With Martin.
I have
Martin
seen that one.
Short.
Martin Short. Oh God.
Is faced with double duty: how to keep his new family happy and how to stop Jack Frost from taking over Christmas.
You're Santa Claus. You're just jolly all the time, right? Does Santa have like marital problems too? Like,
He
he's
may.
like, honey, where's my suit I'm gonna need here in a month? And she's like, I don't got time for this shit, Santa. I've been
Where's
cleaning
my
up your-"
Santa suit?
I don't know. It seems like he's got most of the year off.
That's
And if
true.
there's so much magic, why do the elves have to make anything?
Yeah, right.
It's not like he packs it in his bag and leaves. The toys materialize in his bag. So you're saying you got to make the toys before you can? Is it
That
only
was-
teleporting technology?
That was interesting to me too. Like, the bag just makes whatever toys are going down to the house. How does the
why-
bag know what house you're at? Like,
Why do you need the elves? Yeah,
that's just I don't.
you need one elf to maybe take care of the reindeer.
And why make a
rest of
whole
the year.
list of items for Santa if he's
You need
only
a
giving
stable
you
boy
one?
and some
Yeah.
servants and like maids and stuff, and then like
Like Santa's like,
Let
what's
these
your
elves
Christmas
go.
list this year? And you rattle off a couple of things, and he's like, cool, you'll get one. Like, why don't you just ask me for one item, and I'd have like given you the most desired item. Like, are you just choosing the first one I say? Are you
Yeah.
choosing the first one off the
how
list?
are you making your decisions?
Are you randomizing it? Is an elf choosing? Is
He's like,
Bernard in
Is there
charge of this?
is there an automated system that just picks a random
Yeah, I
one?
talked to like 100,000 kids a year plus. I just remember any item that you told me. It doesn't even matter if it was the first one, last one.
It's pretty much like, okay, you're a boy baseball bat or a basketball. You're a girl Barbie doll or a
Ken doll.
other
Or a Barbie doll.
yeah,
You're getting a Barbie doll.
or Barbie dolls, or all around, or Cole. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you pick Barbie or
We
Cole.
also don't see that side of Santa where he gives coal or
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have
Whatever.
like
And
what
I-
does he do for the naughties?
Cool.
to sense me. Tim Allen's just like, "Pff, I'm gonna skip your house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it gives
get
them coal. Because
Santa
remember
ain't
when
coming
when
on.
you're marking the list, it's instead of naughty or nice, it's presents or toys or coal. You know what I mean?
I guess. Yeah.
You mark it with a C or a something else. It's either a T or.
I also wasn't. To me, like the list came in like a bunch of sheets of paper and like a bunch of different boxes. Like I'm more the guy that wants to see like the giant scroll. You know, like maybe that's just like an old timey
Yeah.
like Christmas.
Were the
now,
individual
obviously, it would
sheets?
just be an app. You know.
Yeah. Now Santa's like, well,
It
let's
would
see
just
here.
be like he'd pull out his tablet and be like, well, yeah.
You know, it'd be like Tinder swipe left or right, like
Yeah.
naughty, nice, nice,
And
nice.
right.
naughty,
going along
nice,
with
naughty,
the
naughty,
first
naughty,
night,
nice.
and I don't know if maybe Santa was just towards the end of his run. Like, there's a lot of time lollygagging when he gets on his uniform and like he's at one house and he fucks around and then he goes to the next one.
I wonder if time is different.
That's where I'm headed to. Like, dude, you probably killed 30 plus minutes doing that, and you have how many houses you're supposed to go to? Like, was Santa just happened to almost make it towards the end? He's got 5 houses left, and Scott Calvin knocks him off the roof, or
Well,
You
maybe
thought
it's-
eventually he's just like flying over and like just air mailing, like dropping it through
right?
chimneys.
He's just like nothing but chimneys.
LeBron,
swish,
Kobe.
Maybe
swish.
it's like a Dragon Ball Z thing where they're like moving so. Like I've heard a theory that Dragon Ball Z everything's moving so fast. The reason it takes a full episode for them to have a conversation is because in that universe in space or whatever, it's like everything is like way faster, so it's slowed down so we can interpret it. I don't know if I'm pulling that out of my ass if I heard that from a credible source, but maybe that's why no one sees him. Maybe he's just going super fast all the time, and he like took it slow.
like maybe the like if
For
like
one
if he's in the time of this scene, if he's in the house for like 3 minutes, maybe it's only like a couple of seconds in like his
Milli-
realm or something.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Also, the following year, he takes Charlie out with him, right? Like on the first like official year of Santa. And Charlie's like, "Oh, this is new on your sled, and this is new on your sled, and this is new on your sled." I'm sorry, did Santa just live in the Stone Age the year before that? Because it
and
seems
when
like you
did you
came
get
along.
your engineering degree?
Yeah, like
Or who are those elf engineers working there, and why aren't they
And
Like,
why are
I'm
you
sorry,
taking
opening up a
credit for
shop?
their
it
work?
took
Yeah.
all the way to year 1994 for these elves to be like, we
Right.
should probably give Santa a hot cocoa maker and a GPS and
You
all
think
this
he gets
stuff. Yep.
cold? Does he get lost? Let's work on those things.
Yeah.
Like, did the
Yeah.
other previous Santa that died, was he just like, I don't need that shit?
Maybe he's been doing it for so long that he's got like the route memorized and stuff.
Maybe
I
Scott
wouldn't-
Calvin was a whiner Santa, and they were like, fuck, whatever,
was
just
a
put it in
whiner.
there. Just put it in there for him.
He was very resistant, and I like how they like put him back in his house and like made it seem like a dream. If you want this guy to be serious, you make sure he remembers. You take him home.
Yeah, don't just
Take him home. Let him
don't-
wake up in Santa's workshop and then drive him home so he remembers that it
Yeah.
happened.
And then he's just like, I don't know where I got these pajamas. He's like, oh, it's Judy, and she's like, the waitress gave you pajamas. He's like, no, like
yeah.
yeah. Like instead, Bernard just drops like a hint here and there, like throughout the year. Like, listen, you son of a bitch. Like,
Hey, don't forget you weren't dreaming. I know it's like May, but
We're gonna fill your
We
your
are
house
legit.
up with boxes, and don't forget to check this whole list twice.
it was
And
actually
work
pretty
at your-
funny.
and work at your toy job.
Watching that scene
Yeah.
last night, Chris, like when he comes down and all those red boxes are there in his house, and Chris was immediately like, oh man, there's no way our carrier would drop that off. He'd make them come to the station to get it. And all I could think of was somebody being like, Scott, you've got like hundreds of boxes here,
Yeah,
man.
the,
Like
the delivery guy was so nonchalant, like, oh, just sign here, we'll drop off your packages. Oh, multiple packages?
all
Yeah.
7 truckloads or
any
whatever.
postal carrier would have been like, nope.
And then I thought it was weird that he went to take a shower. Like, you don't just take a shower while someone's unloading boxes in your house, you know?
Yeah,
And
really.
So I was like, you know, the guy's going to be gone by the time you're done with your shower. And then
Oh,
I had the
yeah.
opposite reaction because he got done with the shower and then all those boxes were in there. And I was like, there's no way they could have got them in there that fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, it completely flipped my disbelief to a different but equal disbelief.
And forget organization. They were just like, nope, giant tower boxes here,
it
giant
just so
tower here.
happens to
he
find
opens
the
the
A
box with the A box. Yeah, the start of the A box, and it's like, really, like what if you just went down, a few rows down, and you're in the G's, and then you're like, oh shit, like,
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Like, what if you got through all these boxes, found out one box was hidden, and you forgot to check it?
What if they left one box?
Ooh. That's a lot of boxes. Post office has trouble getting packages right nowadays, much less when you got, I don't know.
I can't get
like,
an envelope through the mail, and this guy got all like 1,000 of his boxes.
got all 100 boxes signed for and everything.
Something's
It
wrong.
wasn't a postal delivery van, though.
The,
It looked like a private delivery.
Did it show the van? Okay, maybe I
It
don't
shows
know.
the van.
The Santa Express.
There was like a gang of vans leaving.
A gang of, like a plethora of vans.
Like
you gotta say
he
gang
ran
of
outside to
vans.
like, hey, where all these boxes come from? And like there was like a line of vans leaving.
Maybe Bernard should have been like the driver and just give him like a slight like wink, like, huh? You know.
Maybe they should stop being
know what
picky
this
of when
is.
they decide to use magic and when they decide to use real couriers.
Yeah.
How far in the year did it take to get those like boxes?
Yeah,
Like-
how do you know when's the cutoff for being naughty or nice?
you have,
can you,
Like the point of
can
no
you get on the
return.
nice list and then like start being a shit the rest of the year?
Like, he
and that
checks
goes
it-
on next year, or does that just disappear?
Does he
rolls
check
over.
it? Like the whole first one have to be like, okay, naughty nice, present coal, whatever he said.
Yeah.
And like the second one, I'd be like, okay, what's changed? Nope. Oh, that kid's getting coal now. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like just go through and get your updated list.
Yeah, because
he.
he checks it twice.
Yeah, why does he check it twice? Can't he like know in the house? Can't he like
7
get in
billion
the house
people
and
on
just,
Earth,
like,
and he's checking it twice.
What if a guy with OCD knocked Santa off his ass? And he's one of those that's like, gotta check it like 10 times. You're gonna spend your whole
I feel
year
like
doing that,
I
man.
feel like we're overpaying Santa. I feel like he's doing extra work.
Or what if a guy that's
We only need you one night a
dyslexic
year.
is Santa Claus? Can't read that list.
That would suck. Yep.
All right, Bernard, read them all off. Rattle them. Let's
What
go.
kind of Santa? What are you saying?
He said
Dyslexic Santa.
Dyslexic Santa.
Or what if
Can't read the list.
what if a girl had knocked off Santa Claus?
They're like, you still gotta.
Sir, do you? Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Oh,
was it in
man.
'94 or 2016?
Yeah, 2016. It'd be whoever
She would be
as,
the Santa Claus now.
as she identifies as a
Oh,
male
she
if
would.
she
You hear us,
wants.
Disney?
Look, we don't gotta
Santa Claus
genderize
4,
Santa right now,
Mrs.
guys.
Claus.
This is a big deal right now. Don't genderize him, okay?
Yeah, hey.
You think Bernard's like, well, the clause, you got to find a Mrs. Claus still. It's
I
what it
mean,
says.
The policy's
Hey.
pretty clear.
it says need to find a Mrs. Claus.
It's been like this for like thousands.
Is
of
that how they
years.
put it? Was it the Mrs. Claus in the contract?
Yeah, that was.
And then it's the escape clause at the.
yeah, that's why they're.
Come on.
I know it's like,
I
and
kinda
the
like
second
that
one,
bit, though.
it's like all they did was like turn the card over and read the other line, and it's like, Bernard, you didn't show him that the first time. Like,
Bernard, what a
if that was
shitty
some
elf.
like fine print I didn't see, I'd be like, Bernard, I fucking quit, man. Like, you asked me to go
You're
out.
shit at your job.
Yeah, you asked
I'm
me to
losing my
go
kid
out.
over here, and you can't make one appearance, and now you can't tell me about all these clauses that are in this.
Yeah,
We got
That's-
a whole year. We got a whole year. We can't go over the contract.
Yeah.
Let me
And
know what
apparently
I'm
all the
doing.
contract is just on the back of that card right there. So, and he's like, you put on the suit, you sign the contract. No, that's not how that is. That's the pen's in my hand, and it's not touched the paper. I did not sign the contract.
Let's take that to court. Let's
Yeah.
see,
Like,
you
come
know.
on, Bernard. Come on. What are you scared now?
He
Does
said something
the
about
North
having
Pole
he
have
does
a
say-
court?
He said something about having a lawyer, doesn't he? Or is that a different movie? I watched a lot of movies.
I mean, there's an elf lawyer too. Maybe they got like one of every profession just so it's like covered. They got like one like elf
The construction
accountant.
elf just kind of like hangs out in case they need like some repairs to.
Yeah,
The construction elf. He cat calls the other female elves.
He's got like a little toy.
Hey girl, woo!
Like a little
Hello,
toy
ladies.
hard hat on.
Toy hard. Got a bunch of those like little like play school hammers and nails and
Yeah,
But they really work like real hammers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
nails.
because it's that magic, you know.
Right.
If the tinsel can laser off hinges,
It's
I-
that magic that they selectively choose to use.
Watching this movie, I wish they would have talked more about the previous Santa. Like maybe Bernard be like, okay, well this is what this guy did, or this is what's been done in the past.
that's a good
Here's shit to build off of. Instead, they were just like, hey, I'm gonna tell you all this, but I can't help you in any other way outside of that.
I feel like this company just needs new management.
I think it does too. Like Bernard, you're out of here. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah, Santa just dictator up there. I mean, is there like a board of Santas that he has to go, a board of clauses that he has to go to and like get approval?
Like, what if Bernard's like, Santa, you need to do this, and he's like, fuck the list.
Nah, Bernard, I think I'm gonna take a year off.
He's like, well, what does he say? That's when it gets like serious, and he's like, then millions of kids will be disappointed all over the world.
That's
Santa."
right, yeah.
And you're like, oh no, oh god, don't give me that pressure.
I guess
Bernard.
millions of kids will feel like me growing up. No Santa.
He's like, you know what I got for every year? Fucking coal. So,
And my
that's
parents
what
just seem to not even know where it fucking came from.
yeah. Every year I asked my parents why they gave it to me. They swore up and down they got me presents and said that coal was in my stocking. How do you explain that, Bernard? How was your Christmas like as a kid?
I like that Bernard actor though. He's a good little character actor.
David Krumholtz? He's friends with Seth
yeah,
Rogen and all that.
Krumholtz, that's
Yeah.
it. He's
Right,
in like
right.
10 Things I Hate About You. He's in. I,
feel
think
like he's in
one
Harold
of.
and Kumar.
I was gonna say I think he's there like a roommate or a buddy.
He's
there
the
or
one that goes to
something.
like the hot dog shack or whatever.
He's in the first one with the guy who plays Finch from American Pie.
Right.
They're like roommates
That's
or
right.
I
something.
think he's in all
Right.
three of them.
Yeah, you might. I haven't seen the other two in like a long time.
pretty
Yeah,
funny
I think
guy.
you're right. Wrapping this one up, out of 10, what are we going to give
Oh man,
The
the Santa
Santa
Claus
Claus.
is it is a classic,
It is a
even though
classic
it's
to
only
me.
12 years old.
It's definitely
20?
one of my favorite
12 years
Christmas
old?
movies.
How old
That's
is it?
actually a family
94.
one.
So
12.
22 years old.
Or
That's my
22,
bad.
Yeah.
22
Yeah.
years old. So it's like classic age.
And it doesn't have the kind of crap cheesy moments that the second and third one has.
It doesn't. Tim Allen was at the top of his game. He
This
was
is
funny.
the funniest one. Charlie was a cute little kid.
Charlie was a cute and hung in there in all three movies, which
Yeah.
is awesome because I feel
Riddled-
like
Riddled
that
with
doesn't
plot
happen.
holes, but forgivable for sure for a kids movie.
Right.
Easy. I'm easily going to give this an 8.
I was gonna say I think I'm gonna give this an 8 as well.
I'll go 8. 8.
8 across the
8.
board.
It was great.
It has to be that way if we all agree. Sinners, tell us how you feel. If you enjoy one of the other Santa Clauses, let us know. I mean, you're wrong, but we'll help you out.
You are more than welcome to stake your argument.
There are
but just know
you can try to sway us.
you will
but
get rebutted.
you might get a sin of denial here. You know, like I
Don't
said,
even try to-
the second one
Oh,
is
yeah.
is like has parts that are like and then
Like
you know,
the base plot of the second one is good.
It's when you get into deep into the second one that you're like, ow, bailing out.
yeah, you're like, ooh, bitch swerve.
Yeah.
Throw that aside. Diving right into Scrooged.
Before we dive into Scrooge, I think we forgot to give Bad Santa 2 a rating last week.
Did we forget?
I think so.
Oh man.
Did we?
Well, I
forget,
don't know that I
guys?
can. Well, either way, 5 is high.
Ooh, I thought it was kind of funny. I give it a 6.
I don't
at
think
least.
it's enough to pull the rank though.
I give it a
for
6.
in my mind.
Right.
I did think it was funny. There were definitely some one-liners, but it was not enough to pull the overall
Definitely not as
like.
good as the first one.
Oh, definitely for
Not
sure.
even close. I give the first one a 9. at
Oh,
least.
it's 9 or 10 for sure.
Is that one of those they just waited too long to put out a sequel and it just suffered?
I'd say it was better than Anchorman 2.
Yeah.
I didn't see Zoolander 2 or
Was it me and you maybe decided that it is better of the like
Of the-
sequels that waited too long? You know?
Like the 10-year gap sequel?
Yeah, and it's actually if we're ranking them that way, it's definitely number 1.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay. So going into Scrooged, I don't remember when the first time I saw this was, but when I did, I was like, how have I not seen this?
I remember
Like,
the first time I saw it. It was like a couple days ago.
That was your first time ever seeing it?
And if I'm being honest, I did fall asleep towards the end, so you guys will have to fill me in on the ending.
Okay. What you saw, did you like?
Yes, I really did enjoy it. I just didn't have time to go back and
It's
re-get into it.
it's kind of a cool spin on the whole like Christmas Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, Future, like a
It's about the most common Christmas story out there. So this is Sinners. This is like a revamped working of like Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
with Bill Murray.
I was really glad that it wasn't just another Christmas Carol movie.
Right.
Oh,
I
definitely.
like that
If it didn't have the spin that it does, I would be way less interested.
And I like Bill Murray a lot, so like it was definitely
In his heyday. Like,
Yeah.
this was Bill Murray at his prime too. So
With the director Richard Donner, Sinners, director of The Goonies,
director of
director
Superman,
of Superman,
and Superman.
the movie. No,
Oh,
not
just the first
not the
one.
first.
Director
one.
of The Goonies?
Director of The Goonies.
good.
Big deal. His wife is a big comic book movie producer, I think, at Fox. Lauren Schuller Donner, you'll see her names all over X-Men. I think she may even have some stake in some other properties of theirs, or you know, like former properties.
Right.
Just a lot of talent. The directing talent, Bill Murray's talent, Karen Allen, the female lead,
Yeah, Bobcat Goldthwait.
the Indiana Jones. Who is she in Indiana Jones? What's her name?
Marion.
It is Marion. Okay.
In the first and the
First
fourth.
and fourth, yeah. Bobcat Goldthwait, he is hilarious. The dude who got fired and got like super hammer and stuff. I think he is hilarious in this movie. I don't remember Bill Murray's secretary's real name, or even her name in the movie, but I thought their chemistry was like really funny.
Yeah.
You know, Grace, I think was her name.
Plus the ghosts themselves. I mean, outside of the third,
Super unique,
The
super
only one I
different.
really remember was the first one, and that's
like that drunk haggard looking dude.
yeah, I thought it was like awesome. I really like the style of this movie.
Yeah.
Wait, the cab driver first
Yeah.
one? Okay. Yeah, he's a pretty he's in my mind
You just had it.
second favorite. I actually like the girl better.
Ooh,
the
I
Ghost
hate-
of Christmas Present.
I thought she was.
I thought
pretty
she was funny.
Yeah.
She was okay.
The way she's just knocking him out all the time.
I like
and
that the cab driver kind of gave him like the sentimental moment, you know, and you know he's just like,
he does have a gut wrenching moment there when he's
"Good night, Frank.
talking to his
Good
parents.
night, Frankie Angel," or you know whatever they say. I like that Bill Murray's brother played his dad in the flashback.
Who does it
Brian-
excellently?
Brian Doyle Murray, or
Brian Doyle Murphy.
he plays the he voices the Flying Dutchman on SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're instantly
good
like,
one.
oh my god, like, But yeah, I thought all the ghosts were awesome except for the third one, obviously, because it was like a skeleton dude and he didn't talk. But he had a cool look though. Like opens that robe and it's like those weird.
That used to
little
scare me
human
when we were
things.
younger. I was like, oh, that was not.
That
really
was the
normal.
curveball.
I even like how those things sing at the very end when they're singing the song.
Yeah.
The world will be a better place. They like it's like open and they like and they're in tune.
And his secretary's even got like the kid who represents like a Tiny Tim type character. Not talking over the death of his dad.
Yeah, death of his father, I believe.
Yeah, so I mean, this movie's got it all. Like the chemistry between Bill Murray and Karen Allen is cool to see too.
It's
like
pretty good.
And then you kind of see like maybe what might have been or what could be, judging.
Did you get my text about the night the reindeer died?
Yeah, and is that what this is from?
Yeah, the ninth. Yeah, okay. So it opens up with Lee Majors is his name, I
Oh,
think,
yeah,
the
okay,
$6 million
I totally forgot about this
man,
one.
and
Yeah.
he's like putting on. It's an ad for an
action-
upcoming Christmas
Right.
show. And it's like an action Christmas show, and it's literally called "The Night the Reindeer Died,"
I swear to
which
God.
is genius. I think that is hilarious.
That's an awesome title.
I think the whole setup to the actor they got for it, the fact that they mention it in there, like, oh my God, you're the $6 million man, and he's
Yeah.
like, I know, and he's like there to like action hero of the day.
Is that where you got that idea
Hilarious.
It was not me who came up with that idea.
from? Who was it?
I'm pretty sure I was just like, oh, that's a cool title. Let's use that. Derek?
Derek?
I'm thinking so.
Probably with Derek.
Derek Adams?
But I see
Frequent-
now we might
frequent-
need to change it.
It's a working title, anyways.
Yeah, but it's such a good title. The night the reindeer died. Like that just rolls off your tongue. Like I want to see that movie.
I love fake trailers like that in movies. Like even
yeah.
like that was the best part.
They
of the
always
Grindhouse
turn out
feature.
to be good. Wasn't
Werewolf Women of the SS.
Werewolf Women,
Don't,
yeah.
which was Edgar Wright's contribution.
Yeah, Werewolf Women of the SS is
I
one of
would
those
watch
that's
that.
like Rob.
Why
Forget
aren't-
all that weird shit you're doing now.
Why aren't you doing Werewolf Women of the
do
SS?
this? If Machete got 2 movies and they suck.
yeah.
Are you
You-
sure did they suck?
I did not like those at all.
You don't think so?
I haven't watched them.
Something tells me you would like
I like
them.
Danny Trejo though.
You like
I do
Robert
too,
Rodriguez,
but
though, don't you?
I'm just not into that style.
I like
of,
Dust Till Dawn. I like Sin City. I don't like
outside of Sin City and
Planet Terror. I didn't like.
The Faculty. I'm not a Rodriguez fan. So Machete, I was like, what the hell am I watching here? This is awful.
Yeah, couldn't do Machete.
But yeah, Scrooged, I like a lot of the chemistry. I like a lot of the look for this.
Right.
And it's one of those you kind of get to see, like I said, you kind of get to see Bill Murray get a little sentimental sometimes, and you're like, oh
Yeah,
man,
it gets
like,
a little
that's-
sentimental. His rowdy parts are really funny. Like when Socrates from Bill and Ted is serving him the eyeball in the glass, and it's because he
right,
ordered a
yeah.
highball, and it comes out as an eyeball, and he starts like freaking out, and like the guys, he interrupts somebody, and they kind of have a back and forth of like, is it my, like, do I go, or are you finished? Are you freaking out? Like, what is the deal? Like, they're looking to the, their record or their TV producer, and kind of just the back and forth, tries to get going. Bill cuts him off again. He throws that pail of water on the waiter who he thinks is on fire.
Right.
And then like the way he shakes things off, that's like cracks me up even more about it. You know, how he's just like, oh my God, I thought you were somebody else, or whatever he says, and the guy's just kind of like counting his money, completely soaked, like.
Well, there's like 2 different versions of Bill Murray. There's like this, like the classic comedy, like Groundhog Day, kind of. What's the other one? Caddyshack that everyone's
Yeah.
crazy about. Bill Murray, and then you got like the Wes Anderson /
Yeah, which
Lost
he
in
does a lot now.
Translation,
Yeah.
which is pretty much all he does now. Bill Murray.
He's made the shift into like
The drier, somber,
more drama.
dramedy kind of type.
Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, and
Which
I love-
isn't he in Grand
yeah.
Budapest Hotel
He,
for a small role?
Yes,
he,
Which
he's
is-
in
which
most
is awesome.
of Wes Anderson's movies. I
Yeah.
think
I think a lot. It's one of those a lot.
he's at least got a small role in.
Most of them, yeah.
If Robin Williams was still alive, God rest. in
Wes
peace.
Anderson has a big crowd though that he takes with him everywhere. Like Adrian Brody pops up a lot, Bill Murray,
Owen and Luke
Ralph
Wilson.
Fiennes, yeah, the Wilsons.
One of my favorites.
Was Royal
Jason
Tenenbaums?
Schwartzman.
Was
I was
that-
thinking, is the Royal Tenenbaums a Wes Anderson film?
Yes.
Was
Okay.
Bill Murray in that?
I think that one was actually written by the Wilsons, or one of them.
I believe
Or
so.
they
I
helped
believe
write
he's
or
in that
something?
one.
But I feel like he has taken the role that a lot of comedians do. Like if Robin Williams was still alive, I feel like he would take a more serious route.
Well, he took this real shitty TV show for a while. Did you guys
Well, it only
see
had like one season with Sarah Michelle Gellar or whatever.
I think that's it. I thought it had more than one season.
I thought it only had one season. That's why he hit like depression. Like it was like, oh cool, I'm making a comeback. Oh shit! It got canceled after one season.
It
Now
wasn't a good show.
I think he
Thinking
definitely
and-
could have taken a turn into serious stuff now.
And then freaking Guy Ritchie's doing Aladdin. He definitely could have come back as Genie.
that would have been so.
dude.
What are they
good.
gonna do? Who are they gonna get?
I feel like
because I
Guy
think it's supposed to
Ritchie-
be musical too. Like it's still supposed to have music in it.
I feel like he's gonna tap Robert Downey Jr. to be Genie. Like he's like, hey,
why
you're
would he do
Sherlock.
that?
You can totally play Genie.
No. You
I don't
need-
know.
Well, just because you say no doesn't mean Guy Ritchie's gonna be
Right.
like, well, Tyler said no.
Cinnamon Tyler on this podcast I listened to.
But there's
Not
Ritchie.
and not
What's
that
up, Guy
there's
Ritchie? How you been?
there's
Hey, man.
probably better choices, but
There's
Guy
definitely-
Ritchie's one of those like I have a crowd too that I like to use.
That's
and-
fine, but that doesn't mean you have to. I don't know.
No.
Genie, you got to get Genie right, or the movie's not gonna work.
Like I said, I agree, but you
I
got to talk
agree.
to Guy Ritchie.
And
So
Downey
while,
Jr. is kind
I'll
of
give him a
like
call.
top of the world right now, and Iron Man is.
It's going to be the balance of like we need to find somebody with talent and somebody who's a big name because this is the Genie.
Right.
So
The
why not
Genie.
go with the highest paid actor?
Arguably the best part of Aladdin. Not
Yeah.
the main character, but definitely the.
Now that you mention, I easily see him getting cast in that. Not that that's what I want because I know you see you looking at me.
No,
but I
I'm
think
looking,
Guy
I'm
Ritchie
actually
is,
looking right behind you at that Sherlock Holmes poster.
I think you
I'm,
were
like,
looking.
trying
I
to
think you were
picture-
looking through me.
I'm looking through you, trying to see if he could do it, and I
I mean,
don't.
he's kind of on top of the world right now. Like
Like I
get
said,
it.
do-
it's just a combination of like
he could
his
do maybe
talent.
Jafar.
Well,
No.
no, because you get into whitewashing.
Ooh,
there.
Adrian Brody. Maybe?
Well, okay, wait. First of all,
I-
the whole thing you get into whitewashing. Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to have an actual like Middle Eastern Aladdin?
Ooh, I hope
Well,
so.
I mean,
kinda hope
they had look at the Mowgli from the Jungle Book. That was not whitewashed.
so. Okay.
You had
I didn't even
a
watch it.
very
But
authentic Mowgli.
The whole well, that's different.
Now is it?
Is it?
Yeah, that's one kid in a whole movie with animals. He's the only person. You didn't have to whitewash. You had
Well, we
to
got
get
a
that
whole
right.
country full of people.
Right,
that,
but
you
we're
know.
not going to make it in the Middle East.
I think
should.
I think all
Again,
that
I agree with you, but
Right.
you got to talk to
Right,
Guy.
right, right, right.
I think all that has hit Disney pretty hard. So I think they'll probably be like, we need to get someone who at least has.
I would say they're probably going to get a Middle Eastern.
Maybe they'll do-
maybe Aladdin.
Maybe they'll do like white actors for all like the voice actors.
See, I thought if they were gonna get like
Ooh,
one
I
authentic
wonder
guy, I
Yeah,
feel
that's your Jungle Book point. You pointed out
Think Gilbert
Mowgli
Gottfried's gonna come
isn't
back?
white, but all the other voice actors are.
You think Gilbert Gottfried's gonna come back for Iago?
I think, I guess.
Well, I mean, they're Idris Elba obviously
Okay,
is
yeah.
black, but you know what I mean. They're not.
No, no. Again, I think with animals, I mean, okay, if all of a sudden they all had like accents, like that'd be weird. I feel like if Disney was gonna whitewash anyone, it'd be Aladdin. They'd get like a white.
It'd be
Aladdin
Genie.
and
Genie's
then-
the only one that's not. You don't have to give a
No,
race
no,
to.
and
him.
you're yeah, I mean, true. But I think if they were going to show someone and get accused of whitewashing, I think they'd have like a white Aladdin, and then Jafar would be like
You
more
think he would
authentic
be-
and everything.
Who played Donnie Darko? Jake Gyllenhaal. That's for some reason I see
As
Jake
Aladdin?
Gyllenhaal as Aladdin. Like not a good Aladdin. But
There
like,
was a
just a weird way to go.
You.
With it.
What does he say? You sorceress snake or whatever he says, and Jake Gyllenhaal being like, "You cowardly snake" or whatever, and or Oded Fair as he's playing Jafar on Once Upon a Time.
Oded Fair.
Oded Fair.
Is he? That's
They're
a
going
good
to
choice.
kill the creature. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. That's a
I
good
know,
choice.
right, dude? I saw it and I was like, oh my god, that's so genius.
When our little brother Matthew used to watch that show before we jumped back to Scrooged,
Yeah, we did
way
kind
off.
of
We're way off right
dive off there.
our little brother Matthew used to watch that show iCarly.
Yeah,
And there was a guy named Beck who had like a
I think he
Aladdin
was
kinda...
in Victoria something.
What did I say? iCarly?
Yeah.
I meant Victoria's. Sorry. They're all the same.
There was like internet, like the whole internet was like, why isn't he Aladdin?
Yeah.
He's
that
got
guy,
the
He had
hair.
like the hair. He had like the skin complexion.
It was a street
and
rat.
the heritage, I guess. But I was like, dude, you're Aladdin. Like,
Found your Aladdin.
get your little fucking monkey.
Hope you can sing.
Yeah, get a
your
boo.
monkey. That's another thing.
Ooh,
Gilbert
look at-
Gottfried as Iago.
Are they gonna use a real monkey?
They better bring back Godfrey, goddamn, and he's still alive.
My guess is like a CG motion capture or
They
something.
could get a real monkey. There's been working monkeys.
Look at the Night at the Museum. They kind of had like a real monkey for some of that stuff. But Abu is with him
Oh,
like
that's true.
24/7 and
True.
does some crazy shit. Not that they'll put that on screen, like all that stuff.
I'm
But-
excited. I'm
No. And if he's working for Disney, I'm like, it's
I mean, you've
Guy
seen-
Ritchie. Like that's like Tarantino working for Disney.
That is,
like,
it is weird.
because you've seen the trailers for Beauty and the Beast, right?
yeah,
Like it's gonna be good.
dude,
I feel
that's authentic stuff right there, man. Like
Yeah.
that's
that's
some spot on shit. And seeing Guy Ritchie do all that. But, anyways,
Scrooged.
back to Scrooged,
Right.
sinners. I'm glad you stuck with us.
We're just
through.
like talking 2017 is all we're going. Right?
Yeah, that's all we're doing here. Awesome movie. Did you have any complaints about this one? Because
There was something when I was watching. Excuse me. When I was watching it last night, I had something that and I've been trying to remember it for a while, and I cannot. So of course, on the spot, I have nothing to complain about. But
like I said, I fell asleep 2/3 to 3/4 the way through. I
oh
definitely.
yeah. So what do you remember?
I
was the
remember
last
up to
thing?
the chick, the second ghost.
So did you not meet the third ghost then? The tall,
don't.
like skeletal.
I feel like I don't feel like I've seen this movie, but I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Right.
With this, like, maybe I've seen
Yeah.
that part at some point, or maybe I was like half lucid when.
Yeah,
you know-
so he runs into the ghost of Christmas future or whatever.
It's like an
Christmas
elevator.
yet to come. I'm sorry.
Right.
He's in like an elevator.
And he's in like an elevator, yeah, and he gets out, and it's kind of one of those like the elevator like he takes him to a floor and he gets out, and it's like one version of this reality, and it's like Clara super stuck up, doesn't care about anybody, which is obviously not who she is because she's running this outreach program.
Right. She's like in,
Another reality shows him dead, and is only his brother and the brother's wife are there to like
at his
cremate him.
funeral. Yeah.
And then it shows Grace's kid, the mute, and he basically showed him in a padded room. Grace was in there in like a single outfit, like no shoes, no nothing, and he's just all quiet. And I'm guessing he's there because he didn't talk.
Right.
So that obviously is the wake up call for Bill. He
kind of kicks him pretty hard.
hits him pretty hard. He comes back to reality right in the middle of the program that's going on, the show that they're putting on, and it's kind of funny because they obviously have to stop, but they're filming the whole thing, and he basically just goes into like a big heartfelt Christmas spiel about why they need to care and like why it's so
Bill Murray.
important, right? And it's kind of pulls at your heartstrings at times,
Right.
And then
Yeah,
it like
of course, they're still recording, so everyone on TV is like, "Oh my god, this is like
yeah.
This is planned.
and everyone
it's
in the
part of
record
show.
room, or he gets Bobcat Goldthwait to go, hold up the production room because
To
I
keep
think
it
he
on
wants
the
it
air.
filmed.
Yeah.
So he goes in there with like a shotgun and he's like, "Don't touch that down," he's all crazy.
He
and,
is hilarious.
But yeah, no, it's
And then Grace's son at the very end, like Bill Murray gives kind of like a sign off type thing, and then pulls on him. He's like, "Oh, I forget something, big man," and he's like, "God bless us, everyone." And of course, everyone's like, "Oh my God, oh man, he's
That's
talking."
the line.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then they kind of go into like this singy songy thing, but it's a cheery, peppy ending. He gets Karen Allen back, the main girl,
does.
gets her back. So it
Bill
is
Bill.
a
Didn't you have to fight Indiana Jones? For
even
it?
though they were back and forth in that movie like 4 times. Like he's like, "Claire, I'm so sorry. It's been a long time. I apologize." Goes to the shelter. It's all great, and then he freaks out on her again.
Yeah. That was weird.
It's like, come on, guys.
one of the homeless people at the shelter was the mom from the Goonies.
Both
mom of the-
moms from the Goonies are in that movie, actually.
Ooh, they
Mikey's
are.
mom and the
I was gonna
Fratelli's
say,
mom.
oh yeah, I was talking about the Fratelli's mom, the one that old like haggard chick. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Mikey and
The other Mikey's mom is like a staple for Richard Donner. Oh, he did all 4 Lethal Weapon movies. That's like his other.
yeah, that's
Big
right. That's
claim.
that's his big claim to fame. With
His Lethal Weapon 1 is awesome.
they're all pretty good. I mean, one probably takes the cake, but yeah, no, they're Merton Riggs or whatever
Yeah.
the names are. Yeah, I can't think of anything too wrong with this movie. I really like it, and it could just be because like all the factors kind of add up and just equal like a recipe for a good movie.
I've seen it for as long as I can remember. Like I said, I mean, it is basically the most told Christmas story. I mean,
Yeah, just like a rehashing.
yeah. And
Funny.
they instead of
Rehashing in a creative way.
Very creative.
And then instead they just go, I don't even know if he's rich. They never really use that word. Just a TV producer who's, super tight, super, tightly wound, fires people all the time. It sounds like his ideal Christmas gifts is a bath towel or a, there was another like Uber just as
Curtains, is that what he gives?
curtains or something. Yeah. Curtains
his
and a
brother?
bath towel. Oh, it was a bath towel.
He's like, what was the name of the ship that took him to the island? The SS Minnow. James, they're like, oh my God, how do you know? It's like,
That's pretty good.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, no, solid movie. We were mentioning a Christmas movie earlier that I was like, oh, that's
There's a whole bunch that we didn't get to watch that are amazing.
Right.
I know I'm a fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Before, outside of its high emo, where it is for them,
right
because
before
it became the emo anthem,
yeah.
I listened to the soundtrack
Christmas
a
movie,
lot.
or do you call that a Halloween movie?
Christmas.
You call that a Christmas movie?
It's in the title.
It's a Christmas movie, yeah.
Ooh.
Because he goes and delivers the presents, right?
Well, he tries.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. It's a.
They celebrate
Starts and
Halloween
ends, starts
once.
and ends with Halloween.
I mean, you
guys.
can watch it anywhere from.
It ends with
October
Halloween?
to December.
Well, he sticks to. It's the only thing is Santa like drives. Santa must have flown his friggin' sleigh right through that door and into his world because he was
Stop,
like,
stop
"Ho,
trying
ho,
to
ho, ho."
categorize it, man. It
No, no,
is
no.
what it is.
We're gonna talk about this.
I think it's Christmas.
We are gonna talk about this.
It's Christmas. It's easily Christmas.
It's very like
I mean,
Halloween
it-
is like par for the course, and he
It
goes
may
out of his way
be
to...
acceptable for Halloween, but it's definitely Christmas.
Okay, I thought it was like a Halloween movie just acceptable for Christmas.
Nah,
No, wrong.
wrong.
Well,
Christmas is in the freaking title.
You were gone for 1
So
week,
what?
and we like bonded. Sorry.
Come on, Chris.
Look, I'm sure I could think of another movie if given time where something is in the title and it has nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
What you can't.
But I could.
Other good Christmas movies though include.
Okay, I got it. Scrooged.
That's
He's not Scrooge. He didn't Scrooge anyone. Boom. Mic drop. What up?
There is Scrooge in the
He
movie.
is a
though.
Scrooge.
They're like putting
Hush it.
They're putting Scrooge on TV.
Buddy Hackett plays Scrooge.
Yeah, so-
nerd.
It is Buddy Hackett. That's right. He's like Shapoopy.
The Grinch. Both versions.
Ooh, Jim Carrey's the
Christmas
Grinch is
classic.
So good. Why did I not choose that one?
Yeah.
Tyler, you shouldn't even choose that one. That's a good one there. And I don't have any complaints about that one either. I know some people are like,
Elf definitely.
Elf, definitely. Definitely Elf.
So I've only seen it a few times, so I don't know that I like see what everyone is all drooly about.
I was reading about that, and I guess one of the last days of production, like, it was just Will Ferrell and like a camera crew, like a small camera crew, and they just went around New York filming like the montage of Buddy in New York, and he's like getting his shoe shined and like causing havoc and all this stuff. I heard that was just all filmed on the last day because they would be like, "Hey, we need a few extras for this. You guys will make some quick cash,
Right.
And then you go do something crazy or do something wild or whatever." And I was like, "Dude, that's so cool! Like, you just go out there like a camera crew, do some crazy shit for a day."
That'd be
I also
awesome.
heard that he had a lot of headaches during this because he had to eat like so many sweets. It's like I heard he was constantly filming with like a giant headache, and I was like, "Man, that would."
I mean, you can hardly tell because he yells so much.
Yeah, like he's the same. Like I'm sure he just like was able to just play it off.
Right.
You're the I don't know if he's like a boss or whatever. The midget is one of the main, the one
Guys
he
on
calls
Game of
like
Thrones?
Grumpy
Yeah,
Elf.
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
He's one of the main guys on Game of Thrones,
Right.
and he is phenomenal.
Right.
And it's so weird because on that role in Elf, he's so like straight and narrow, but he's total opposite on Game of Thrones.
And he wasn't like a big of an actor, like
Yeah, it's like his.
he kind of had like a small role here and there in movies, and like all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm in the show and I'm in everything now.
And I am major freaking popular, and it
Yeah.
paid off. So it
Isn't
worked
that
out.
Death at a Funeral?
Which is hilarious.
Both the-
He's in both versions. Yeah,
Yeah,
the UK
British
version and
The
the
American,
yeah, the like American version or whatever.
I guess. I just had a Christmas movie too. We were talking about. We talked about Fred Claus. That's a good one. There's a really old one called
Ooh, I got that one.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
That is, that's one of those like every TV station plays it at least once in December. Like
I got a good one. Home Alone.
Home Alone is. I was thinking of that the other day, and I was
both
like,
of them.
man,
Well,
I should have
both
chosen that.
with Macaulay
The
Culkin.
first two. Yeah.
Is the other ones about Christmas too?
It's definitely during the snow. I remember there's.
Really?
He makes him think that he jumped out of the window onto the trampoline, and they jump, and like the trampoline's really missing the tarp, and they fall through into the pool or something. It's definitely there's snow on the ground for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one too.
There's a few other recent ones that have sort of came out. Arthur Christmas was the animated one. James McAvoy from a few years ago.
That was a good one. I went on a date to see that one.
There was that one. Four Christmases, which I thought you talked
Yeah,
about.
Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon. That one's not too bad. That's got like a strong supporting cast of like their families.
Just Friends.
Yeah, I guess I call that a Christmas movie.
Oh, the movie Just Friends. Yeah,
Die Hard.
Die Hard is
Die Hard
considered a
is
Christmas movie.
movie,
Yeah,
that's right.
Jingle All the Way.
The Family Stone, which I know is one we've seen. Huge cast. Pretty good movie, but it's pretty much a tearjerker.
Yeah,
One of the Christmas movies I absolutely can't stand. Christmas with the Cranks.
I didn't like that one either. With Tim Allen.
We we
not
saw.
seen
Remember
it.
we saw that in theaters. I
I
think
think
with
that
like
was
our
him,
neighbors.
like,
and it
trying to
was
make
awful.
a grab at getting that Christmas.
Yeah, I guess
that
he was like,
Christmas
well, I
vibe.
did one good.
Well, he
Christmas.
waited
That's
a-
Tim Allen's. That's Tim Allen's Christmas album.
He waited a decade. 2004.
Yeah, it was not good at all.
That's his Christmas album. Like
What'd you say like 2 minutes ago? What Christmas movie?
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. That's
That to
that's
me
something.
is a classic. I love that one. So
You do?
much. Schwarzenegger,
okay.
Classic.
the young Anakin
You know what
Skywalker.
classic
That's
means?
fine.
Polar Express. Good book.
We were watching that one last night too. Polar
Good
Express.
movie. Interesting movie. Like with the animation choice and style and stuff.
That was like the first of its kind too. Everyone was like, "Whoa,
That was wild.
that is."
Which is something that's kind of died out though.
I know.
It had like what? Like he did like three or four movies that way, and then just kind
two of them being Christmas.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah, that's another good one.
Oh, speaking of weird, A Christmas Carol, like that weird animation style with Jim Carrey playing.
yeah.
all
Was
those
that
guys. You haven't seen that one?
I love Jim Carrey.
It's pretty
so I'm
good.
sure
Yeah, that one's cool. See, it's cool seeing Jim Carrey do like the Eddie Murphy thing where he's like, all these other characters in the movie. It was really good.
I kind of don't like that actually.
I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Gremlins?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh, Jessica Biel when they were like super young.
I remember that one.
That's a good
Gremlins. Yeah, Gremlins is another one. There's the Ernest Saves Christmas one, although I'm not an Ernest fan.
The only one I remember is Ernest
Scared Stupid.
Scared Stupid. Me
A
too.
Christmas
Yeah.
Story.
I hate that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I hate that one.
You hate A Christmas Story?
Hate it.
I think
You
it's
shoot your eye?
overrated.
Is it
Yeah.
because you shoot your eye out, Tyler?
That must have been.
Is it because you had like a Red Ryder maximum power, full throttle BB gun, whatever you
If I had to
had?
guess, I'd just say it's because it's a crap movie.
Yeah. There's of course Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph.
Right.
You know the
Those
classics.
old like claymation ones.
White
Those are-
Christmas.
I can't watch
Bing
those
Crosby,
anymore,
bro.
Oh man,
I
I could listen to that
Charlie
guy.
Brown Christmas or whatever.
Charlie Brown.
which
Yeah. Which I'm not Charlie Brown anything. I
I
don't care.
hate Charlie Brown. You know, there's
You guys
two
hate
characters.
Charlie Brown.
There's two characters on Charlie Brown
You
that are
like
worth
Charlie Brown?
anything,
I don't know who Charlie Brown is.
and they're the only two characters that like don't talk.
Who? What are you talking? Sorry, what?
Snoopy and Woodstock. Those are the only cool characters from Charlie Brown.
You guys are crazy. You don't like Charlie Brown.
Who?
What is to like about
Nobody
Charlie
likes
Brown?
Charlie
Everyone
Brown.
loves Charlie
you
Brown
don't
in the
like
Peanuts
Charlie
game.
Brown. I
I
don't care
love
what you
Charlie
think.
Brown.
I don't care what you think.
What Charlie Brown do you like? Which one
The
have you
only-
seen?
Let's hear
The
a
only-
Charlie Brown quote.
Not the person, nerd. I'm
It's a
talking
great
about what
pumpkin
show.
Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's like Valentine's Day. There was that Peanuts movie that came out like a year ago. Guys, this is classic stuff. You guys are idiots.
Just because it exists doesn't mean
Penis
it's good.
movie?
Peanuts.
Movie. Did you
Shit,
say
man.
penis
Sorry,
movie?
you sounded like
I
you
said
took it there,
Peanuts
Chris.
movie.
You
took
slurred it.
Nick. I can't believe
and your
you guys.
excitement.
You know, like those are great movies.
The people who do the animation for the
What?
Peanuts
They don't
like
play
the
on the
Peanuts.
network every year because they suck.
Charlie Brown's been missing that damn football for like 50
Because
years.
Lucy always pulls it on him. She's a bitch. Okay.
Kick
Why
her in the
doesn't he
face.
know it by
Kick her in
now?
the face.
He should. He should.
I don't
I'm
like
just
the
saying.
tune that they have. The like, dun, dun, dun,
Where they all do
dun,
like the
dun.
weird
Yeah.
dance.
I don't know what
all
you're.
the characters.
No,
so
terrible.
we're gonna
Evil.
vote him off.
Pigpen, Linus, Lucy, all those guys.
Yeah,
Really?
they're all garbage.
Snoopy, and he gets in like his thing.
No,
he's, like,
Snoopy and
fighting-
Woodstock are
Snoopy
fighting
and
the Red
Woodstock,
Baron,
I'm
and
with you,
Woodstock's
yeah.
with him.
Right.
No, you guys are crazy. I cannot. Sinners,
Almost
comment on
like
how
Tom and
crazy
Jerry,
these
like the
guys
silent-
are.
What are you? They're like a World War II fighter jet. What are you talking about?
I know.
He,
That's in a
like,
show?
He's like,
I get
yeah.
it. I know what you're talking
He
about.
like I don't know if it's like a simulation or it's real.
Yeah,
or
but
what.
you're just pitching the two good characters now. Like we already told you we like them.
Well, Nick over here is like, well, I don't
I mean,
like anything
Pigpen,
because I'm
well,
Nick.
You know, take a bath, dude.
I'm Cinnamon Nick, and Nick starts with an N, and N
Who's-
means nothing.
Why is Pigpen's mom not forcing him to take a bath?
What? Oh, Pigpen's mom?
Yeah, like,
He's like literally has like a cloud, like a dirt cloud going around him all the time. And
Throw
it's
that
like
kid in some water.
you don't like shower once a week even.
Push him in a puddle. I don't care.
No,
Like,
fuck
figure
peanuts.
something out. Give him a swirly a few
Push him
times.
in a Linus and Chuck just
The
pick him
voice
up and
of
just,
Charlie Brown hates Charlie Brown.
Oh, Chuck. Did you call him Chuck? What are you on?
Yeah, remember
First name
is it
basis with him?
Marcy.
The-
Patty. Patty calls him Chuck. She's like, "Hey,
I
Chuck."
don't even know
Patty
who that
Mayonnaise?
is.
There's Lucy in the blue dress.
I know who you're talking
And she's
about.
like the psychiatrist. And then she has like a friend. She calls him Sir.
Yeah.
She's a psychiatrist.
Remember she
I
like
love that you know so much about the
I
people.
can't
What
believe
the
you guys.
fuck are you talking about? They're
She's-
kids.
Tyler, you help me
They're
out, right?
kids.
She's a
I know.
psychiatrist. She
Who's
like,
a
Oh,
psychiatrist?
she has like a booth. Like
Yeah, like her own little, like,
a
psych-
lemonade stand, but she gives advice.
yeah, it's like an advice booth.
Do
and
they
then that
all
little girl with the
have-
glasses named like I think it's like Patty or Marcy or something.
Yeah.
She always calls Lucy Sir. She's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Sir."
Yeah, she's
and then
got, like,
she
a kind
calls
of a
Chuck.
masculine
I think
voice.
Lucy calls Charlie Brown Chuck. She's like, "Hey, Chuck,
Yeah.
what are you doing, Chuck?"
Shows how much I know about peanuts.
Oh, that's
So
awful.
much you know about anything.
That's awful.
I can't believe you guys, man. Sinners.
I'll believe it.
Sinners, drop a hate comment towards Nick. Tyler's
No
at least
one's
a
gonna
little
do
bit in my
that.
corner.
Everyone
You know
hates
Charles
Charlie
Schultz
Brown,
is
I'm trying to tell
dead,
you.
right? You're not gonna get any more peanuts. He's dead.
He was dead when that movie came out. And they still pumped one out.
I'm telling you, man. Nobody
Can't
likes
believe you
Yeah,
guys.
you are way on a boat on your own.
You know what?
here.
No.
It. It's like the Muppets.
You're
Who likes
asking
the
to be
Muppets?
cast off at this rate. Yeah, you're over here
see,
like
I'm not a Muppets fan.
Snoopy and Woodstock are playing World War Fighter jet with psychiatrist Lucy. And
It's a Red Baron, bro.
Okay, stop it. Enough.
I
Come
can't
on.
believe you guys.
Peanuts. Nobody cares about the
Nobody
everyone-
likes Charlie Brown. I'm sorry.
Nobody
to, like,
likes
boost your
Charlie Brown. How can you even? Who else likes Charlie Brown? Name somebody then if you think you know a whole group of people.
My son, what up?
He likes Charlie Brown.
Oh yeah, yeah. He
Well-
watches all that stuff.
That doesn't count.
Well,
Like,
he's 7. He's
People
he
with
is
like who
literally-
can put together opinions.
He's the millennial to the next. He's a next generation millennial of the millennials that we're already in. Like, and he likes Charlie Brown.
Well, he only gets what you give him.
Yeah, good stuff.
He's a victim of circumstance.
No.
Saying,
I won't show Muppets.
Teachers gave me some Charlie Brown and I hated it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm not going to show Muppets because I think those are lame. But Charlie Brown, no, it's the Peanuts
Except for the
thing.
Henson Company is making a noir, like drama, murder
with
With
Muppets.
Muppets?
with puppets. Yeah,
wait, with puppets or with Muppets?
puppets.
So
But
it's
the
not
Henson-
Muppets.
But it's the Henson Company.
but not Muppets.
Jim
So
Henson's
like
company
not
also
like Kermit
made-
the Frog,
Same
but
type
like
of puppet.
but not Kermit and
Not
Friends,
Kermit, no.
right?
Jim Henson's company also made the
Happy
animatronic
Time
Ninja
Murders
Turtles.
is what it's called.
So we can't knock them entirely.
Well, the Henson Company's great. I just don't like Muppets in general.
Yeah, I'm not a
Do the
Muppets
Henson?
fan either.
Do they do Sesame Street?
No.
I don't think so.
I thought they were related in
Ooh.
some way. I could be
I don't
wrong.
really
Didn't watch Sesame Street.
I'm not
either.
a Sesame,
Sesame
Street
Street's
fan.
good.
All I know is they got like over like 1,000 episodes or something like that.
Must be better than Charlie Brown, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Sinners, let us know some of your favorite timeless, classic, non-peanut flicks.
We got a few more weeks of Christmas coming up, Sinners. I think sometime this week we're covering Office Christmas Party. And with that, we will have Harold and Kumar 3.
Christmas, yeah.
Is that the third? Okay, yeah, because that's...
A very Harold and Kumar 3D
Right.
Christmas, something
We'll
like
also have The Night Before, which was last year's Christmas comedy with Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Craig Robinson. I'm going to say Craig T. Nelson.
No, wasn't that Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
that. We'll find out, and we'll let you know.
Was it
Falcon?
Anthony
Wasn't
Mackie?
that him?
Ooh, maybe you're right. It might have been Anthony Mackie. Sorry, folks. It's probably Anthony Mackie. Who knows? You'll find out.
I've never seen it, so
Yeah,
and we
because he's
also
like
got-
not funny, but Craig is.
We also got this month, we got Star Wars Rogue One coming out. We got Assassin's Creed. And I think we have another week of Christmas towards the end, rounding out our December podcast playlist.
We got a big month, Sinners.
Right. And then we kick off 2017. And I've looked ahead, and man, there are some good ones coming out next year, guys. We get to dive hard. Cinamen Tyler's birthday is coming up next month.
that's true.
So we will have his
is not
birthday
false.
bonanza extravaganza episode. And it's going to be good. So stick around. Keep listening, doing what you do. Make sure you get that Cinamen name out. We appreciate it.
We really do.
We really do. Justin does too. He told me. So get out there, spread the love. Have a wonderful Christmas here in a few weeks. And don't be a dick.
Support that podcast. And not the peanuts.